Hello crafters. I wanted to show you today how to create the faux nesting when it comes to dies that don't have the next size up, but you want to clear that extra special layer like I did in this Valentine's card. Like I had a heart shape, but I wanted the next size up within the same die, which is not available if you look at the shapes of the dies. So the next size down, see what a big difference it would be, or the next size up, it would be such a big difference. All I wanted was just that little contour over there, just above where the die is cutting. And of course many times what we do, we just take the die, use a pencil, contour it, cut it by hand, but it takes a long time. So since I got my Eclips2 machine, I have discovered a way on how to do this without having to cut by hand. Same happened with this die, that it's a beautiful die, beautiful intricate die, but regretfully only cuts this. But what if I want to layer this on this? How am I going to cut all of that by hand? Of course, yes you can, but it takes a long time. Like exactly like I did it here, see the contour of the die. Same goes for the inside of the card, where again I wanted the next size up of the heart, and I did not have that available in the set. So to create this type of faux nesting, I actually used my Eclips machine by scanning the dies, and in the next video I'm going to show you through the Eclips software how I did this. So let's get back to my laptop and let's get working on this. So here we are at my laptop. Please have patience, it's quite of an old laptop, so sometimes it's a little bit slower, and especially with the program to record it will be even more slower. I have already scanned our dies. I'm going to open the heart. There we go. This is our heart die already scanned. It's in letter size, keeping the proportions of the die. Now, in order to be able to perform the next step, you actually need the full version of Adobe Acrobat, because now we are going to save this file into a PNG format, which is recognized by the Eclips software. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, Desktop, and I have a special folder which is called Spellbinders. But now I'm going to change the extension to a PNG and save. So now it's showing how we're saving as a PNG file. We can close this, and if we are to look into our folder now, we can see a new file with the same title, but this time it's a PNG format, PNG file. So now we're going to our Eclips software. We are going to go and click on Trace, choose Image. Now it's automatically in that folder, in my Spellbinders folder, automatically is recognizing the PNG file. I'm going to select and open. I'm not going to do any changes here, I'm just going to leave it as is. I'll click OK. And to make it a little bit more visible, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the filling color to red. Click OK. So next I'm going to Layers and make sure that our PNG file, or our imported file this time, is selected. And I am going to go to Object, Break Apart. So now every little thing that was picked up by the scan, it will appear as a different layer. But now we're actually interested in our heart. So I'm sorry. We are going to select the heart that we want. So that will be the inside heart, but we are actually interested in the outside heart. And for some reason right now the software is giving me a hard time, probably because it knows I'm recording, right? to create a new page, click OK, and I'm going to cut it because it's all I'm interested in, and paste it in a new. So this is the inside heart. Now let's go and get the outside heart. Again, cut. Sorry, I'm so used to the shortcut on the keyboard, and paste. So now we have the inside and the outside. This is the outside of the die, and this is the inside of the die. Let's go and do the same thing for our heart strip. I'm going to create a new page automatically so that we can import our Spellbinders heart strip. So we are going to do the same. I'm going to make this a PNG file. I'm going to open it, save as, and I'm going to look for PNG. I'm going to leave it to the same title, save. It's already saving as a PNG file. I'm going to close it. Now I'm going to our Eclips software again, trace image, choose image. I'm automatically there, automatically. Now our file is here, open. Again, I'm not going to do any changes, and I'm just going to click OK. This might take a while because it's a very big file. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to change the color, release the fill color to red to make it more visible. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go to my layer, select, make sure it's selected. Before we break it apart, I want to create a new page so I can paste the counter of the die. Now I'm going to object, break apart, and as you can see, it's already broken in everything that the scanner has picked up. But now I'm going to go and select. Sorry, my laptop is very slow, especially with the recording software. I'm trying to pick up. There he goes. Gonna cut and then go in page we've just created and paste it. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my hearts in the same page. So select, Shift, Control X, going to the page, Control V. And now we also have the hearts. Now I don't need this anymore, so I can just delete the page. Yes. Same goes for page 1. Yes. Same goes for page 3, because everything is in. Yes. And what we are going to do next, we are going to send it to the cutter, and then we'll see what we've got. This is one step I forgot to mention during my original video, so I decided to actually, and although I actually put comments on how to do this step, I still decided to make a video and introduce it as a segment in the original video. So here we are with all our shapes extracted. However, right now our view is at 33% enlarged. If we are to change this view to 100%, and then look on the preview, you are going to see all these tiny little ridges. This is what is going to be actually visible with the naked eye if we are to do actually an enlarge. So let's select our magnifying glass and enlarge a small segment of one of our shapes. See all these tiny little ridges here, and let's do a cutting preview. This is how our shape is going to look. It's not going to be a nice smooth cut, and actually this is actually going to kill the knife of your machine, because it will have to come and do all these tiny little ridges, and at the end of it, of course, it's going to take longer to cut, and you need to actually file it down. So in order to rectify this, we are going to look at the nodes. So if I'm to select all the shapes, select all the shapes, come on, and then I'm going to path and simplify. You see, we have a total of almost 5,600 nodes. Can you imagine how much is going to kill the machine? And if we are to show the nodes, look at all those nodes there, and even when it's simplified, still 1,200 nodes, it's a lot. So we actually have to reduce the size of nodes for a nice smooth cut, and in order to do that, we actually have to repeat this step over and over again until the number of nodes starts going down by 3 or 2 or 1. So let me cancel this and let's do it again. So all my shapes are selected. I'm going to path, simplify, and click OK. We are going to repeat this step until all those nodes are going down to a smoother cut. So right now we're gonna have 779 nodes. Click OK. Object, path, simplify, OK, path, simplify, OK. So as you can see, the number of nodes is going down. 257, 212. And as you can see, also, like, the lines look smoother and smoother. And not to worry, the shape is not going to change its form. We are going to do this until the nodes will go down by 3. Like in this case, we have 136. The new output nodes is going to be 133. But I want to see, if I do this again, how many nodes am I going to simplify it to? So it's by 10 nodes difference. So that means I can still go down. Simplify, 123, 120. Now let's see, if I try this again, how many nodes? So now it's by 3 nodes at a time, so I think it's time to stop. I'm gonna click OK this time, and I'm gonna try it one more time to see by 1 node. I think I'm still okay. Let's try one more time. The shape is not changing. Again, 3 nodes. Now let's also check and see how is it going to look when I do a preview. So let me enlarge quite a few other shapes, especially this one here was the one that had, so you can see the line is smooth, nice and smooth. So now let's look in the preview. There we go. This is what we need, a nice smooth line. Let's check other areas of the shapes. Again, we already see a nice smooth line, but let's see in the preview. Still a little bit, so I think we can still continue on reducing the number of nodes. So I'm going to click Shift and select the shapes, and again, path, simplify, OK, path, simplify. And this is the max. This is the max. Clearly the program doesn't want to do it anymore, because if it does it anymore, it's going to change the shape. So I'm gonna click cancel, and now we're actually ready to send it to our cutter. Let's quickly check again and see how it's going to look on the preview. Nice and smooth lines, and this is absolutely perfect. So we are ready now to send to our Eclips2 machine. So I'm here on my Eclipse machine. I'm going to load the mat, and we are going to get ready to color shapes. Just making sure the correct settings are on, because it's a very heavy cardstock, so I want to go twice and cut. Let's unload the mat. And here are our shapes cut. I'm not sure how much because of the light, but there you go, we have our shapes cut. And let's compare now with the die cutting. So here we are back at the crafting table. As you can see, we have our original die cuts, exactly as they come out of the die. Sorry, this way. And now let's see what we've got with our Eclipse machine. I normally don't do this, but right now, for the sake of this tutorial. So there we have it. We have our die. We have the outside of the die, perfect match, as you can see. We have the inside of the die, and we have the die shaped, the shape that actually the die has cut. So if we are to put them for faux nesting, in case I want the heart to have it as a layer the next size up, which the die set does not offer, there we go. We have perfect match. Same goes for if you want the next size shape down. Perfect layering. Now let's see how we went to this one, because this one was a little bit more difficult. So remember, we scan the die by placing this part on the screen, on the glass of the scanner, and on top I placed the letter size white paper. So like this is scanned the exactly original size of the die in letter size. Same with all the dies. I always put, if I want to do faux nesting, I always place this side, the smooth side of the die, on the scanner glass, because otherwise it's going to pick up all these tiny little shapes, even more of them than usually. Like this only picks up just a lot less, as you can see, and then it will be tougher to pull out the shape you want. So here is exactly the size of the die, as you can see, perfect. And now if I want to use this as a layer, in order to show the beautifulness and intricate design of the die, I can glue it on top of this. So this is how I create my faux nesting using Eclips machine for dies where I don't have the next size up, but I would like to have a choice when using my dies. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial and have a great day. Bye bye.